Hi, today we are going to talk about how to make the Shaggy Looped chainmail jewelry pattern. We will be doing Shaggy Loop earrings. I will show you how to make this set of earrings, and then I will show you two variations of Shaggy Loops so that you can see how versatile this particular chainmail jewelry pattern is. Let's get started. As far as supplies go, you will need 2 pairs of earring findings. You will need 2 pairs of pliers. I have the chain nose pliers, but you can use flat nose or bent nose, whatever you prefer. I have a total of 32 of the 6mm gold. Each earring will take 16 of these. And then I have a total of 18 of the 6mm black, and each earring will take 9 of those. First, we'll create the base for the Shaggy Loops earrings. What I've done is I've gone ahead and closed 5 of the black, and I've opened 4 of them. So I take an open ring, I slide on 2 of the closed rings, and then I close the open ring. Then I've got them in a little chain. And what I'm going to do is just continue to go ahead and slide an open ring onto the end, add a closed ring, shut the open ring, and I do that until I have all 9 of the rings in a row. Now I'm going to say, as I'm doing this, just as an FYI, you can go ahead and use different size rings for this particular set of earrings. Shaggy Loops is very forgiving. You can use all kinds of sizes, ARs, etc. for this, and you can even mix ARs on it. So you don't have to worry about doing just 6mm. I did it because it's easier for you to see in a demo. Okay, now I've got all 9 in a chain. The only thing else that I'm going to do before I start putting on the loops is to go ahead and put on a piece of wire to one of the ends. This is just so I know I'm marking an end. Makes it easier to have something to grab onto as well. So okay, there you go. That's the base chain. So now we're getting ready to put on the loops. I've gone ahead and I've opened all the gold rings, and so I'm now going to go ahead and start putting on the loops. First thing you do, you grab a gold ring and you'll go ahead and put it through the first ring. So this is the ring that has the end on it, the wire end, and we'll close the gold ring. So you see you've got one gold ring dangling off one of the black rings. Now on the other side I'm going to put a gold ring, and it's going to go through the other side of this closed ring. And that's the important thing. You really do need to make sure that you put one ring on either side as opposed to 2 rings on one side. So here we go for the first. You see that we have a black ring and a gold ring on either side, and then here's the next black ring. So from this point on, I actually like to work upside down. It's easier to see which rings have gold on them and which ones still need them. I can see that the golds are dangling off this last black one, so I know that I don't need to put any more golds on this one. So the next set of gold rings is going to go through this next one up. So here I go, grabbing a gold ring, putting it through the next ring up, closing the ring, closing the gold ring, put it upside down again. I can see I've got a gold ring, a black ring, and now I need another gold to go on the other side. and then I go ahead and close the gold ring. Okay, right side up it looks like this. Upside down, which is the way we work, it looks like this. So I'm going to do the same thing one more time. I've already got the golds on this ring and this ring, so my next gold is going to go through the ring right above it. And putting it up again, you can see that I have a gold ring on this side, and I need another one on this side. Okay, right side up, it looks like this so far. Upside down, you can see what you've had the rings on so far. And in reality, I'm calling this the upside down. It could just as easily be right side up. Doesn't really matter. As long as you're working from the top down when adding rings, it makes it a whole lot easier to see. When you try adding rings when it's like this and you have to kind of hunt, now it's not too bad on something with these large rings, but when you'll see on some of the other examples that I have, it gets kind of rough if you don't know exactly where this next ring is going to come into play. So let me go ahead and finish up all the rest of the rings on this, and we'll be back and take a look at putting on the earring finding and then some of the other ideas you can do with Shaggy Loops. Now I've finished adding all the rings, and I want you to notice something. On the final set of rings, if I can find them, I just have 3 rings hanging off the end. I didn't put another ring or another set of rings on here, and it really just helps to keep it all even at the end. So you just have the 3 rings on the end, one black and 2 golds. Okay, so here's the way it looks. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take off my little twist tie. And I mean, you can use anything literally. It could be a twist tie, it could be a paper clip. It's just easier, I find, to have something to hold on to. Now I'm going to take my earring finding and I'm going to open the end of it and slip on the end of the earring. Then go ahead and close the earring finding. And there you have it, a Shaggy Loop earring. Now Shaggy Loops look a whole lot better when they're vertical like this. When you put them on the ground, like if you wanted to use it for a bracelet, you can see that it looks shaggy. And you really don't see the loveliness of these until you go ahead and put them in like an earring. Now you could also put them in a necklace, and a necklace would let you see some of the pretty dangly, sparkly, shaggy effects of this. But it's really not a good type of chainmail to use for a bracelet. But this is a wonderful pattern for earrings. Now, give me a second and I will show you a couple of other sets of Shaggy Loop earrings, variations that you can use. And again, this is a really, really versatile piece of chainmail pattern. So here are the plain Jane, I guess you want to call them, or intro version to the Shaggy Loops. And let me go ahead and get a couple of other pair for you to look at. Okay, so here's the Shaggy Loops. Oops, sorry about that. It's the Shaggy Loops that I demonstrated. So you can see that it's nice and swingy and dangly, and because it's a large AR, the loops really do go ahead and shake and shimmy as you move. Now in this particular set of earrings, what I've done is, instead of having each set of loops be a 3, like one black and then one gold on each side of it for a total of 3. This has a total of 5. I have a 6mm magenta, that is the main chain of it, and then instead of having just 3 loops, one on each side, I have 2 jump rings on each side. So I have a 4.5mm, and that one is amethyst, I think, and then I have a 5mm bronze. So I have that on each side, and this gives it a much more full appearance to the Shaggy Loops. So you can see this is floppier, and this looks more squared or full. It does swing and everything like that. It's just a different look to it. Now, one other look that you can get with these is to have seed beads on them. And what I've done for this is I've actually gone ahead and put seed beads on each jump ring, or each of the loops of the jump rings. So I have the base set of rings. Those do not have the seed beads on them. But each one of the loop sides, I have gone ahead and put 3 size 8 seed beads. You can probably also use size 6 seed beads. You won't be able to use size 11 seed beads on these unless you go with like a 20 gauge jump ring. But since these are 18 gauge jump rings, I've used a size 8 seed bead. Now these are an iris. I think they're like a bronze iris or purple iris or something like that. But at any rate, it's a metallic look, and the colors kind of change on the seed bead. So it makes for a very interesting evening look for this. So here you go, 3 different kinds of Shaggy Loops. You've got your originals, the ones that I demoed, and then 2 different variations, one with extra loops and one with seed beads on the loops. I hope you've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed discussing this with you and showing you how to do Shaggy Loops, and I hope you'll come by and see me more. Take care and have a great day. Bye.